What is up, guys? In today's video we're going to be going over how we can recognize whether a screen is active in the background or inactive using an @environment tag. So to demonstrate, as you can see, as soon as we run the app in our debug console, we're going to get app is active. But as soon as we decide to put it in the background, it's going to become inactive, and it's also going to change the text to please don't leave. If we click on it again, the app will become active and it's going to change the text back to the best app. Now, if we exit completely, it's going to move to the background. So now the app went from active to inactive to the background. So of course, before that, you might be able to perform some code and you might want something to happen when the app is in the background. And if we go back to the app, it's going to go back to inactive and then to active because it has to go through all of these life cycles as it progresses. So I'm going to be showing you how we can create the code to actually recognize all of that so that we can add our own code and so that we can edit it accordingly. But to get started, the first thing we want to do is go ahead and hold Shift Command plus N to create a new project. Click on App under the iOS section and click on Next. And then inside here, we should just go ahead and type in Active Screens YouTube. And we're going to be doing this in SwiftUI and using Swift as the language. Then go ahead and click on Next. Specify a project location and click on Create. And the first thing we want to do when we create a new project is minimize the preview window, change it to an iPhone 13 and minimize the sidebars. Then click on Resume. Now the first thing we have to do is go ahead and create two variables. One's going to be a state private var text, which will take care of handling the text in the Hello World section. So here we'll type in the best app, since we are a modest programmer. Now we can go ahead and also create a variable that's going to recognize the current state of our app. So to do this, we're going to type in @environment, and that's going to have a \scene_face. And that's going to be a variable called sceneFace, so we can use it later depending on what happens. And as always, Xcode is yelling at me because I wrote car and not var. But up next, we can go ahead and replace this text over here and type in text, which is going to be based on the text we have up there. And the first thing I want to do is give it a font size of .system size of 30. So it's a bit bigger. We're going to make it bold so we can see it better, and we're going to provide an onChange listener as soon as I can spell that. onChange. And we're only going to provide the of, and it's going to be depending on the scene face. So it's going to give us a return of different current faces. So here we'll type in current face in. So now let's go ahead and try to react to whether the screen is active or inactive, or even in the background. So we have the current face, which returns either .active, .inactive, or .background. So all we have to do is create some simple checks to make sure that we know which one's which. So here we can go ahead and type in if current face is equal to .active, then we can execute the following code. We can print app is active. Else if the current face is equal to .inactive, we can go ahead and print app is inactive. And finally, let's go ahead and check else if current face is equal to .background, then we'll just go ahead and print app is in the background. And also, just to show you that this actually takes effect on the UI as well, we can go ahead and type in self.text is going to be changed to the best app when the app is active. Otherwise, we're going to pretend that the app is sad if the user is leaving, so we can type in self.text, please don't leave. And just like that, we can go ahead and run the app. And as soon as it launches, you'll notice in the console that the app is going to be active. And to make it easier to understand, we're going to minimize this and concentrate on the simulator. So now if we try to exit from the simulator, we can go like that. The app is going to turn to inactive, and it's even going to say, please don't leave. And if we go really far out, like we exit the app completely, the app is just going to be sent in the background. Now, if we go back and click on active screens, it's going to go past the app is inactive and then back to app is active. So these are great places for you to insert the code you want to in case something happens. You just need to make sure that you provide an onChange listener and that you provide the scene face with its values such as .active, .inactive, and .background. But as always guys, thanks for watching and I'll see you in the next video.